I am a DJ. I started by DJing techno and psytrance.
You've done voice acting, you've done though, you do like board games, you do events, you've beatbox, you do DJing, you do this thing called crumbing, you do some dancing.
So for me, being present is the kind of a love language.
Hey, she's a psychologist, like no therapist. Then I'm like, yeah, they're a therapist, they're like no psychologist. And I'm like, okay, let's dive into that some more. Let's make this a little bit of a spooky episode of TIGPods.
We talk so much about God and culture and everything, but when it comes to supernatural, people are like, ghosts, what? See,
Yeah, I get it. If God exists, the devil has to exist as well.
Yeah. And then when I woke up, I literally saw somebody standing in one kind of a figurine in front of me. Something came to my head that, I need to keep that mattress out. I went to the storeroom.
I meant more like is Akka okay now?
Oh no, she is okay.
Alright guys, welcome back to TIGPods, and it's been a while, and today we are doing a TIGPods outside, and as you can see, we are in Pogo today. Okay, it's not Pogo, it's actually
It's game on.
Game on in T Nagar, and it's a board game cafe, and they've got like a toddler section, they've got a bunch of games, as you guys can see.
Which we used as a backdrop, yes.
Yeah.
Little bit marketing.
I know. Gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Promote local businesses, guys. It's the only way. And we have a game with us here, which before we get into our podcast, we want to just break the ice by playing it. So, bro, you know how to play this game?
Yes, I do. I actually work as a part-time game guru here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I coordinate some events like open mics and stuff like that.
Nice.
So along with that, I just wanted to basically get into it because I wanted to, be in touch with a lot of people.
Okay.
So that's my ideology towards connecting. So this game was something that had triggered a huge spiritual journey in terms of board gaming.
Okay.
And I don't know how it started. The thing is that the board game guru here was by the name Vignesh. He was the one who taught me this. This is called Abalone.
Oh, this is Abalone.
Abalone.
Okay. It is actually pretty cool because I can I can literally picture like different, modes of it shifting. And it's almost like chess if you ask me, you think you're advancing, but then you're actually sacrificing one.
Yes.
It's pretty cool, bro.
That's the thing. It's for me, it is about the fact, for me, this game is like release. Release is the right word that I would be using for this. Because, once you're done, it just goes around a cycle like
and
that.
The circle, no matter.
That circle. So it's like the reincarnation circle for me.
Aha.
Like that.
What a.
So it hit me very spiritually. So from then on, I was like, I really want to invest in board games. I want to do something for this space. And I talked to the manager and I was like, I'll coordinate events for this space so that people can get to know more about board games.
Wow. இந்த ஒரு போர்ட் கேம் முன்னாடி இவ்வளவு பெரிய வரலாறு இருக்கா?
So cool.
Nice, bro. Nice.
There's some points of time in life where it gives you like the one switch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's it.
Shit. Man. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to get straight first into introducing you and then go into my ramblings as well.
Yes, sir.
So, but before I get into that, would you like to do like one small intro of yourself? I usually allow the guests to just talk about them for a cutie while.
Okay.
Before that, I'll do one quick brush up also because I don't want to jumble up any facts. How would you like to be portrayed? Like, what do you... it's very hard for me to do this with you, bro, because usually I'm like, yeah, he's a writer, he's an actor. Anna, you've done voice acting, you do like board games, you do events, you've beatbox, you do DJing, you do this thing called crumbing, you do some dancing, you do Krumping, and then you do psychology. So you know what, schools? I'm going to try my best to fit all of this into one hopefully not very closing characteristic. So we have with us Yadhava, or the Dark Asura.
The Prince Asura.
The Prince Asura as his online alias, your in-game name, which one is it?
My Krump character.
Your Krump character is Prince Asura.
Yes.
Sounds pretty cool. So he is a Krump artist. He is a practicing psychologist as well.
Counseling therapist.
Oh, sorry. You're a counseling therapist in the art of movement therapy?
Counseling therapy comes with various forms of release.
Okay.
And I connect with whichever, resonates with me and the people.
Okay.
It can be movement, it can be words, it can be speech, it can be sounds.
Nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, again, that's one facet. And he also beatboxes. He just like gave us one kuti sample by one kuti sound right now. And he does like voiceovers, he does theater, he acts, and a lot of, I'm guessing, regular contemporary dance as well outside of your.
Anything related to physical movement, I am part of.
You're an artist, bro.
Yes,
நான் இப்படி
that's
சிம்பிளா
it.
நான்
That's
சொல்லிட்டு
it.
நான்
That's
முடிச்சுட்டு
it.
போயிட்டே இருக்க
That's
போறேன்.
it.
இல்லைன்னா அது போயிட்டே இருக்கும், I'm sure. So welcome. Thank you for being a part of TIGPods.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's genuinely it's a pleasure when I meet somebody who is so invested in their inner self. And when I just there are certain characters in life when you meet and you just know from a distance itself. I may sound judgmental, I don't care, but you just know this person is pretty sorted in their head. Like they know exactly what they want from life or from the people around them, where they're kind of getting at. And I get that aura from you. I can see that you've tried so many things and you've let each of these things take their own shape in your life.
Yes,
and they all have their certain purposes that you give energy to whenever it needs to be given.
Yes.
So outside of my definition, how would you introduce yourself to a third person, or rather right now to this audience?
So when you started off the conversation by saying that I give this aura of a person that is very sorted.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the thing is that it is because I'm able to embrace the fact that I'm not sorted at all. Do you get it?
Yeah,
It's because of that.
yeah.
I like
I
to
know
have
that I do not know.
Yeah, so I like to have that vulnerability, because if I give myself a certain meaning or a construct, it means I'm going to sit in that space. People
Okay.
will always say, reach this guy, right? I mean, why not go beyond? Why not go beyond this guy? Why not go beyond the stars? What is there beyond? Even if we have that thought, we also end up, humbling ourselves, but still using that humbleness to, make sure that it acts as a driving force. For me, at least, my perception.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're going to answer that question as நான் என்ன ஒரு பாக்ஸ்ல போட மாட்டேன்டா. That's how you're going to be introducing
Very much.
yourself.
So if I'm going to have that space to introduce myself to a person, if someone asks me what I do, I say I'm an artist. And I invest energies in whichever creates a community. That's it.
That's very interesting. That kind of also sums up how I would have liked to introduce myself a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I've been trying to build community at least for the past, I think, 8 years now. And through an open mic, sort of, we've made something going, but still not capitalized on it, made no structure to it.
Yes.
But I still think it's really hard to just stay an artist.
Yes.
I genuinely tried that journey for a while. You look at me right now, this is not the same person I was a few years back.
I understand.
I was embracing, I was chasing, just going with wherever my soul takes me. But eventually, life catches up.
Yes.
You've got bills to pay. You've got a stomach to feed. You've got a rent to pay. How do you deal with this? How do you,
Okay. So the thing is that when people say that, it's, there might be a time or place where you don't be an artist, where that artistry does not catch up. That is not the case. In every forms of life, there's art. You're born an artist. Because if you're not an artist per se, you would not have been born with the art of expression that is crying, that is asking for help, vulnerability. So even when you say things like, earning the bills, paying and everything, it's coming under art of business, art of money making, art of self-care. For me, at least, that's my perception. So when you are going through things like this, you are able to understand that art is just a vocabulary that has been given to us for the human understanding, a vocabulary of the infinite that has already been present before our existence even came into play. So we are using art forms as tools in such a way that it helps us propagate towards the forward, or create that entire human experience that is present within this self.
wow,
This vessel.
okay. You're saying that art by definition is also like a product of commercialization.
Everything.
We've been made to believe that art is, has to be in these categories, but that's not really how.
Those are art
needs to be.
forms. Those are constructs that we create for our comfortability, for the comfortability of the people, for the understanding of the people. But what can you actually define the depth of art as?
Beautiful, nice. Okay. Let me double click on that a little deeper. Let's take a guy who's pumping petrol at a petrol bunk, and his job only constitutes of punching in those digits, taking and pouring the petrol. How does he find art in that?
Okay. So in this case and scenario, I would say that what he's doing there at that moment, when I look at that, is the art of service. Okay. Yes, he's being paid back the commodity. But if that person is not there at that moment, if those people just stop doing what they are doing, do you think any vehicles would be running right now?
No, of course not.
It's all the chain of connectivity and all of how you look at it. The thing
Yeah.
is that we have not been given the place to say that all jobs are equal. It's the in the art of service, all these kind of jobs are going to be equal. And the service that you receive back in the form of revenue, and you accepting that revenue, is self-love. It's
Yeah.
giving respect to yourself for the work that you have done over there.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So for me, all of these things, to my perception, I think we are not given that kind of an education where these things are supposed to be looked at in a different perspective. If you go and just look at go to another person and then ask them how would you analyze a person in the petrol bunk, how would you analyze his actions? You'd be like, I need to put petrol, I go there, I put it in, I get my bike or car filled up with fuel, and then I move on past that. Have you ever for me, have you ever told thank you to a person who refuels your bike or a car? Have you ever seen their face?
It kind of gets mundane, bro. I mean, it sounds cool and nice when you do it once in a while, but when you have to do it on an everyday basis, right? Like thanking them day in, day out, I think that itself becomes like a task, doesn't it? When you're supposed to do it. Rather, sometimes people just don't feel like, they're like, you know what, I don't want to open my mouth right now. I just want to get this job done. I appreciate what you're doing, but then I don't feel like saying it, and they want to move on.
Okay, so you say that you appreciate that you're doing, but you don't want to say it, you just want to get your job done and move on.
Yeah.
That is because that is the construct that you're putting yourself in, right? You're telling that, that is what you're capable of. You're telling yourself that because of all these situations and all this pressure, I will not be able to do that. That is a construct that you again assume.
Yeah.
So we end up going through life assuming all these constructs, assuming all these situations and formats, and we end up being a certain way at a point, even though if our subconscious tells that we want to say something, we want to do something, or we look at a person in their eye, we see that they are in one place where just a couple of words would change their day. We would subconsciously know it, because the human mind is one huge collective, it's a huge hive, and we end up putting a barricade there and then moving on, because that is it. Okay, I am going on with my day, these things are normal. Because all these are just constructs that we assume for ourselves depending on the environment and situations that we are put in.
Nice. All right. Cool. Talking about constructs and environment, you hail from an island, Sri Lanka. So let's like rewind a little bit and go back to what made you made that jump across the sea, and how does it feel adapting to a whole new culture, and is it a challenge? What are the kind of situations you face?
So the thing is that I don't think it was much of a challenge.
When did you?
So I came to Chennai in 2008.
Oh, okay.
2007, 8.
Okay.
And before that, yes, I was in Sri Lanka. I had come to India also sometime. So Sri Lanka is home, is a huge home to me. Yes, there is a part of a family that is still back there. But the time that we had come from Sri Lanka to India were crucial times, especially for my personal life and my family life as well. While making that transition, it was a transition that had to be made at that moment, because it was something that I knew would help us evolve as a family. I knew that, there are some things that I have to do in life. It's not like I'm not going to revisit that place. I would have to do a certain thing. I would have to take a certain step, and thereby I came here. So initially, while, making that sort of a decision, especially, leaving the hometown and coming back, it's the same thing that everybody goes through, I need to leave my home and I need to go to another place. But when I came here, it was obviously, you get to work, you see the things around.
Did you come chasing a job, or was it just to chase your artistic pursuit?
No, I actually came to be. That's it. I didn't have an intention or a goal or anything. I just came to be. I just came to see where the life is going to take. So I have, at a very young age, because of a lot of chaotic, situations within the family, at a very young age, I was able to embrace the practice of being present. So because of that, in that day when I wake up, in that day when I'm able to go eat my food and go to school or college or anything of sorts, that day would be the most, awarding day to me.
Okay.
That's it. So I practice being in that day without, it's not easy to practice being present. I can say it very easily. In words, it comes very easy.
No, for sure. Yeah, there are a lot of factors. I mean, I understand the concept of wanting to always be in the moment, but we also do have to plan for the moments ahead, for the days
Yes,
ahead.
yes, yes.
This very shoot is an example of that. It's
Yes.
only because of planning that we both are sitting here with all this equipment and people around us shooting in this location, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
But I understand what you're saying of being in the moment, and that's what is the highest priority for you, and that's what matters more than anything else, right? You don't need to.
Because I need to have this clarity of thought, and I need to have this chain where I can connect with you right now, where I can have this kind of an emotional, construct. So
Yeah.
in this place, if I am having this kind of, barricades or, burdens or anything of sorts, I'm not going to have this relaxed conversation in a place where I'm trying to, create an expression of the collective. Right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
so for me, being present is the kind of a love language.
Nice, nice. That's pretty beautiful. So you've clearly practiced. Do you call it therapy or psychology? What is the
Counseling therapy, yes.
counseling therapy? Can you enlighten me a little bit on that field first of all? Because I'm always confused. Sometimes I call someone, "Hey, she's a psychologist," like, "No, therapist." Then I'm like, "Yeah, they're a therapist," they're like, "No, psychologist." And I'm like, "Okay, can I please know what the difference is, guys?" So,
The thing is that I would say that, as a psychologist, okay, when you begin to understand, that is what I did. I am doing psychology. So as you begin to understand the human mind, what kind of path are you going to take towards the mind? For
Okay.
example, you just want to analyze and you want to create a data structure, you want to create a system that is, going to help the field of psychology. Or you are going to utilize the skills and the tools that you have learned from the subject of psychology for the well-being of the human mind. And if you're going to be in that place by becoming a professional psychologist, then you're a therapist. Because you're using those tools to help the well-being of the human mind,
other minds, as
other
well.
minds,
Okay,
other minds,
cool.
and to create that kind of a space of safety, non-judgment, and expression.
Okay, so that's a therapist. Okay, and then what's
My
a
definition of
psychologist?
a therapist. My definition. Of
Okay,
therapist.
okay.
No, that's the thing. It goes hand in hand. What I said. A psychologist can become a therapist.
No,
or
what is a psychologist though?
a psychologist is a person who sits and helps analyze the functions of the mind and also its chemical structures.
Oh, so psychologist is more physical, rather.
It the thing is that we learn more in depth about the mind. As simple as that.
Oh, okay, okay.
So when you see about the workings of the mind, how it transfers into therapy, it depends on you. You can be a movement therapist. You can be a
Okay.
music therapist.
Okay, okay,
Things like
okay.
that. You get
Okay,
it?
this is okay. I know I'm giving a very dumbed down expression,
No,
but just to
no,
make it,
please,
it's like
please.
theory and practical.
Yes,
rather
yes,
simple.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool, nice. So when it comes to therapy, you are a movement therapist, right?
I'm trying to become a movement therapist. It's something that is very connected to me.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a counseling therapist, who resonates with movement therapy depending on my art form.
Okay, so is that something that you found it is an effective solution to your clients when they come to you?
Okay, so when I started out counseling therapy, I have not told to anybody that I am a counseling therapist other than a few people in the community. All right.
okay.
I just had a very few selected group of people because I wanted to see the kind of safe space that I can create. And when I was able to get that kind of a response, I wanted to come to a place where I can talk about movement therapy as well and give speeches about it, give explanation about it. Otherwise, it comes under the term catharsis, that is releasing through movement. And in a lot of cultures across the world, catharsis is something that has been prevalent, has been practiced. So in that journey is the one, I wanted to find some pieces of movement that would help me out. In that journey, I came across parkour with the Chennai Parkour Pod. And in that journey, I came across animal flow. And in that very journey, I came across Krump.
Okay.
In this,
okay.
what resonated with me was Krump, expressive movement. But also at the same time, it depends entirely on what the person wants. We cannot go and say that, you cannot go and, force feed them therapy. They have to be willing to choose it. And for them to get into the will to choose it, I think they just need proper emotional education and education to what therapy is. Because unless and until they are emotionally educated in terms of what therapy is, we cannot convince people to, come to therapy. That is not it. We should show that these kind of things exist. This kind of releases exist.
Okay. Okay.
And I believe that that's been my job for quite some time.
Nice. So you mentioned Krumping, and before that you mentioned
Animal flow.
animal flow. So that's again a new word. Can you know walk me? I've only heard animal flow one other time in life when a friend of mine was like, "Macha, you got to try animal flow. That's the best kind of gymming technique. I swear to God, you do it once and then it's the best thing." And then it was too expensive, so I couldn't do it. But
I understand what you
Yeah.
said. Okay, so initially, let me start with the roots. So, I was searching for a movement basis of program called Ido Portal. So Ido Portal is something that I came across when I was looking at and basically studying athletes who are in MMA. Studying, I
Okay.
said, like watching their movements, watching their techniques, because I like doing that. I like studying humans in general. So I came across something called Ido Portal.
Ido Portal.
Ido Portal.
That's
Yeah.
in English.
I think it's in Israeli or something. I'm
Okay,
not very
okay,
sure. But
okay.
Ido Portal is this Instagram page which talks about teaching you the blueprint of all body movement. And the blueprints being each and every sense in your body is a movement.
Mm-hmm.
So mastering those senses, understanding those instincts, letting the instinct talk to you and you talking back to the instinct.
Whoa.
All these
Okay.
things were in Ido Portal. Okay, it was an entirely new universe that I come across.
Okay.
And back so many years back, I was like, I'm going to do Ido Portal. I'm going to get this shit done and everything. And then obviously, when I came across their workshop, all of their workshops across the world, they have like 5 to 6 workshops, and they take in only selected people of like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you need to have a certain standard for that.
Okay.
Okay, I just shot too high. I wanted to go through the sun, but not. So I was like, okay. So I sent in the profile and everything, and obviously they did not select me. So I was not heartbroken because of that. I just knew that it means that I need to learn more.
What are
And
the bases that they select on?
so you need to be a proper movement practitioner. You need to be proficient in some kind of a martial art. You need
okay.
to be understanding of some kind of movement, and that's why I came across parkour and everything. I wanted to
Okay.
try it out. I want to do
Okay,
this. I want to do
okay.
that. So I made sure that I invested myself anywhere and everywhere in movement. Okay, then it became a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Moving, just moving. For my objective, when I wanted to spread fitness to people, was to have this one principle in mind. To make sure that people are able to climb a flight of stairs without breathing hard. That's it. That is the only principle that I had in mind when I started teaching fitness. And then I came across animal flow.
Okay.
Animal flow was basically primal movements for the current human body.
Okay.
Primal movements being movements like a bear, movements like a cat, movements of the four-legged creatures.
Okay.
For the current human body, because most of us have been so used to walking on both our limbs, we have not actually practiced the blueprints of the fists, the wrists, the fingers, the toes, how all those function. We are just blissfully in our own path
Mm-hmm.
without being completely aware of what our body is capable of.
I mean, isn't this the job of the hand and the wrist? Pretty much.
What more? What more can you do? So from this point, yes, your everyday activities, your hand, your legs, and everything. But when you come to the age of 60, is your reaction going to be the same? Is your reaction going to be that healthy? Are your finger joints going to be healthy? We are invested so much in the gym culture that the culture of mobility and movement is something that is very less spoken on. But there is a huge group of people that are working towards improving the mobility of joints and human beings, life in general. It has expanded.
I mean, you
a
have
lot.
yoga, right?
You have yoga.
Yeah.
Yes. Yoga is a form of practice, which you're having all these still movements as well as quick movements. Animal flow includes a mixture of yoga movements, a
Okay.
mixture of capoeira movements,
Okay.
a mixture of, breakdancing movements
Okay.
into primal movements. That is making sure that your body connects to its primal ancestral self, and that is going to be the AIDS.
And how do you feel when you are going into animal flow? Like, what happens to your brains? Like,
Okay. For me, again, when I talk about all these things, this is my experience and perspective. For me, when this was how I define animal flow to myself. Right now, let's say we are standing and we are looking around like this. Right? We look in all directions. We see this huge world. This is our current perception. But imagine yourself shrinking your body to the corner of a room, sitting down on, 2 legs and 2 hands and looking around. Imagine the bigger perspective, how big your vision improves. you're having perception of not just the ground but the sky and the everything around. So you're literally going into an entirely new dimension when you just crouch down and become one small ball, or imitate a primate. So whenever you imitate those forms, whenever you imitate those movements, it makes me feel very connected to the earth. Because in the end, that is our baseline. The earth is going to be the baseline. So that movement helped me attain a kind of spiritual release and expression. So with that, I started to teach animal flow as a theater movement. The way of expression, a way of movement, a way of embodying your spiritual energy in whatever you feel at that moment. And for that, you harness certain techniques that will also provide the same safety while doing that. So that's what animal flow was to me.
Okay. So shit. Okay, I did get pretty lost in there because I was like trying to get as much as possible into that world, and it is a pretty. It's a huge Pandora's box, bro. That's all I can say.
Please, my objective is to show a little bit of the Pandora's box, and that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Nice. I'm on it. While we're on animal flow, I obviously also have to ask you about Krumping. Ironically for me, the main reason why I was so taken aback by Krumping is I very randomly started watching Community off late with my fiance, and out of the blue, just Netflix tapped in and started watching this shit. And then she got super hooked into it, and she kept watching episodes. And then one day when she was watching, I just came and I peeked. And it was one of those Troy and Abed ending things, and both of them were Krumping. And Abed's trying to crump. He's like, "Is this Krumping? Is this Krumping?" And then Troy's like Krumping, and then Jeff joins. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, "Huh, this exists? Okay, cool." And I just went along my way.
I understand.
And then I come to the office that day, and that's when she comes and sends me your profile, and I see your profile and I see your Krumping, and I'm like, "What? Okay, this sounds like some sort of a sign, some sort of a connect. You know what? I'm curious now. Let's find out more about this. I want to double click." So that's when I was like, okay, I will ask you in person. Talk to me about your Krumping journey, or even rather the journey of Krumping as a whole. Where did it even start? How did it originate? What is it?
What is Krumping?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off by expanding the abbreviation Krump.
Oh, it's an abbreviation.
It's an abbreviation.
Okay.
All right. So KRUMP. Kingdom, radically, uplifted, mighty, praise. This is what the word Krump means. And as the word's definition, each has its own meaning, right? So this started in the streets of the US of A as a revolutionary art form. An art form that wanted to create a freedom for the black people. That's how Krumping started. It basically evolved from an art form named clowning. And from there were two founders, that is Miho and Taitais, who pioneered in the art of Krump. And with that, they released a documentary called Rise, R-I-Z-E, which talks about Krump, about sessions, about the art form itself as an overall. From then on, when it became a world documentary, obviously the world caught on. All right?
Okay.
So, Krump was properly introduced to India via the Indian Krump movement in 2014.
But wait, I'm curious. What does that abbreviation mean?
What the abbreviation means? Okay. Kingdom, radically, uplifted, mighty, praise. So when you are going to break down each and every word, right now we are not in the timeline where we can get into depth. But let me give you. Yes, I'll tell it. It just means a collective of all minds into one single point.
Okay. Singularity.
Okay? Single entity.
Okay.
So with that entity, when that single point is being that community becomes the people, that people becomes the state, the country, and that country goes towards evolution in whichever way they want to focus. That is peace and harmony. As simple as that. Krump also has a little bit of world peace involved because it was started from a place of revolution. It was started from a place where people wanted to, fight for freedom. And everybody's revolution is, in their minds, is different. What is your stand for the revolution? What is your revolution?
Okay.
That's what Krump invokes you to do.
Nice. And how did you come along Krump? Where did you discover it?
Where did I discover it? So when I was in my school days, I was just randomly throwing my hands about. Okay. Obviously, yes. So through that time, one of my friends, he told me that there is this art form named, clowning, crumb that is existent.
நீங்களா அப்பவே அப்படியா அமெரிக்கா
No,
பாய்ஸ்?
no, no, no. That's the thing. No, it's not like, அப்போவே அப்படி அப்போலேருந்தே நாங்கள் க்ரம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்லாம் கிடையாது.
ஓகே.
So when that started out, I was interested in what it is, but I did not find the space to do it. But my entire college life was filled with me looking at those videos, looking at these practices, looking at this, the efforts that they take. So I wanted to somehow try it, and I had the intention in my mind for almost 10 to 12 plus years. One day I wanted to do something for the dance community of Chennai. So I came across a group of people called Under One Roof Madras, basically a collective of all dancers that has house dance as the glue. All right. So it was hosted by this person named Rakesh. So when I came to that place, he connected with me via my animal flow work.
Okay.
He saw it, he appreciated it, and he wanted me to be a part of that community. I told him that I wouldn't go there just like that as a person, but I would rather do some marketing, do some, videography for you. I brought in my team, we did a videography, and then I saw a group of people doing this. Very familiar movements. It was like my entire life was connected in 3 dots. Like this. And I was like, I wanted to approach that person. And I came to find out about this community named Uplift Together. All right. And it was it was founded and started by a group of people, that is Ravi Shankar and Bhuvi, and also Joe. So these 3 people were, making the Chennai community crump scene a standout. There are other community of crumps, like crump communities. That is, Chennai Super Crump, Credence Squad, and stuff like that. So at that time, that was the group that I saw. That is Uplift Together. And I approached Ravi, and I was like, Macha, I see this. Let's share some knowledge. He took his time. He came to, he was some way. He was in literally for him to come to that place. It was like 20-25 plus kilometers. He came all the way to Mylapore Nageswara Rao Park, and there we started a journey. And from then on, what had happened was I started to get fully invested in crump. I started to make my own crump beats. I wrote the first ever crump theater play.
Oh, okay.
I directed
Have you
it.
guys performed this?
Yes, we have performed it on January 29th last year.
Okay.
It's called Fable of the Heart, an audience interactive crump play. It was full out crump,
Whoa.
fully crump. And also, from that point on, I came across a person named Arun. All right. Arun had founded the Indian crump movement in 2014. He is literally the reason why, crump movements are existing across various states in India. He founded that movement. He founded the Indian Crump Festival, the IKF, and everything of sorts. He saw my work. He connected with me, and he wanted me to be a part of his faction or fam. And that family that introduced crump to India is Asura. And in that family, I am Prince Asura.
Oh, so each of you guys have like a different name.
Yes,
Your prince,
yes.
another one
There's
would be
Queen Asura,
Queen
there is
Asura.
Rowdy Asura, there is Raw Asura.
Oh, Rowdy Asura, Raw Asura.
Raw Asura.
Okay, is there a King Asura?
No, that's not a King Asura because he's the big homie. That is the person. That is the person who founded the fam is called the big homie.
Oh, okay.
He's Asura.
Okay,
And
okay.
along him, we are like, the people who follow those teachings.
Wow, interesting. You have a clan of Asuras.
Yes.
Is there another Prince Asura or you're the only Prince
I'm the only Prince Asura.
Wow, guys. So, like, do you guys have community gathering meetups where you guys do?
Yes, we do. That is, I generally go to the community gathering called Uplift Together.
Okay.
And they conduct crump exclusive events.
Okay.
And
where does this happen?
This generally happens in a studio called RMC.
Okay.
RMC Dance Studio. It's in Mylapore and also near Jaffa Khanpet.
Oh.
I don't know the exact name of that location, but
Okay.
it's near that theater that we go to.
Is
Yeah.
it open to public?
It is open to public. Yes.
Okay,
It
nice.
is very much open to public. We conduct workshops as well. It's not like we focus entirely on crump. Crump is the
Okay.
glue, but we also invite other artists, other people who are into hip hop, into breaking, to come and teach their workshops and give their perspectives of
Nice,
movement in
Okay,
that place.
okay.
So that's what we do at Uplift Together.
Nice, man. That's very inspiring. Like, it's if crumping is one side, I also heard that you told me you do theater. So, well, I'm guessing you also acted in plays.
Yes.
Do you act only in plays, or is it also cinema that you dabble into?
So I am not able to categorize theater acting and cinema acting separately, because all of it, there are different forms of it, different methodologies of approaching it, but they all come under acting. For me, if I do act, yes, I do theater plays, and I also do my own independent projects.
Okay.
I have released a couple of short films and music videos as well. So in all of this, in each and every position, in each and every role that you're given, you're basically going to take rebirth on that point to the character that you're going to act. So it means, like, for example, you're like a 36-year-old, let's say you're portraying a 36-year-old woman. It means that you have lived a life for 36 years and you're a woman at that point. So I need to take that kind of a rebirth. That is what acting is to me. So whichever character, whichever place it is. Differentiation, yes. But as a combined collective, I do acting, and I also write theater plays as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Nice. But I also do have like an opposing opinion when it comes to the entire method acting arena, I mean, stellar level,
Yes,
function, especially in cinema. The problem is you can't really apply it unless you're on Kamal Haasan. Because when you're at your level, right, people don't let you be that absorbed in the character. When it comes to theater, there is some level of possibility, because there is like people will just let you be. If you want to stay in character, yeah, you can be over the character. But when it comes to cinema, there's a lot of technicalities, bro. Like the DOP will be like, bro, konjam 1 inch konjam munadi vaanga, அப்படியே லைட்டா அவங்க ரைட்டை திரும்புங்க, அங்கே லைட்டை வாங்க கொஞ்சம், இப்போ டைலாக் சொல்லுங்க ப்ரோ. By then, obviously, your character, I mean, a 30-year-old woman is not going to be standing here and giving all shit about this. She's just going to be, right? And even if you do reply in character, most of the people on set don't understand it. So you have to switch, between this character and your normal mode.
Very true.
And come back. So that's always a big problem I've seen. That's why I separate, theater acting and film acting. It's miles apart. Because there's been times on sets where I've done theater acting, which I thought then was my only known form of acting. And I was literally told, அப்பா நீ தேட்டர் ஆக்டரா? I'm like, ஆமாம் சார். ஏன் இல்லை, தெரியுது நீ பண்ணுறது கொஞ்சம் 100ல் இருக்கு, நீ கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே ஒரு 20க்கு கொண்டு வாங்க, அப்போதான் வேலைக்கு ஆகும். So that's when it shattered that glass in my head of like, okay, looks like I can't be the same full-fledged, on-stage actor. You've got to be subtler. Because apparently the camera amplifies everything you do, and a wide angle and close angle is different. And more than anything, most importantly, there is a hero, and you are hero friend. So you cannot do more than hero.
I understand.
So all of these factors are always going to be factored in. And
no, I completely understand. I believe I understand why you are coming to this place to say this. But has not anybody thought that there could be a combination of theater acting and cinematic acting here?
Yeah, if the project is like that, perfect.
Yes,
it'll work.
that is only called art house cinema.
Okay, what's this?
Art house cinemas are basically the things that I work on. All of my independent projects, all of the people that I have been working with for so long, they all are based on art house cinema.
Okay.
Art house cinema, for example, I'll give you a director's name, Ari Aster. The person who directed Midsommar and the person who directed Hereditary.
Okay.
Have you come across those movies?
Nope.
Okay. So they have theatrical essence in a cinematic perspective.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
That is what is called an art house.
Okay.
And not a lot of people are investing so much in that. If you want an example of an art house from India, Sanjay Leela Bhanshali's movies.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen their scenes where they have a continuous
Long
non-broken takes where an entire scene just sits into place? That is called theater monologues. Those are theater monologues. Those are theater acting. Obviously, yes, there are period films like that where they have to act a certain way, but they took the essence of theater and mixed it with cinema. And there is so many projects that is happening like this. There are so many projects that is happening like this, and I believe that our industry has not evolved there yet. Because the audience wants a certain thing.
Okay.
Right. And what the audience wants is what the producer would want.
Yeah, naturally.
And the director might not want it, but he has to go as to what the producer wants. And then it becomes this vicious cycle.
Interesting.
So,
if there are any of these projects, please let me know. Sounds really interesting. I would love to, let go and just be an unhinged actor on set.
Obviously. See, the thing is that everybody has their own way of being unhinged when they let creativity be and not be a system. You get it? I understand creativity as a system, but like you want to set blueprint, that's fine. But you involving in the creative process, Why do they involve? Because market demand. So these things are changing. Even actually, even if you take Tamil movie, what is this? Aval. Have you watched that movie Aval, the horror movie
Aval.
by Siddharth?
Oh yeah, the one with that one top angle shot. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I remember that.
So that movie is art house. That movie, they let the actors be.
Yeah, that was
And
beautiful.
slowly,
Okay.
even within the music culture and music videos, and some movies that have come till this time, they are letting the creativity slowly be, because that is what the people want all of a sudden. You get it's like this entire transition where when YouTube started, when it was prevalent in the days, people were very invested in vlogging. When they vlog, it goes to millions of people. Okay, Ray William Johnson, he started vlogging and everything of such. And then it transitioned into the phase where it was all about edits, magic, movie works and everything. Now it is coming back to the place where people want vlogging.
They want long form, basically unedited stuff. Give me something raw. I'm so sick of this. Cuts.
So you understand how the waves of the human mind evolves.
Yeah. It's a cycle, man. If you ask me, I think we always keep going back into, like, we delve a lot into avoiding a certain thing. We try and we construct towards something else, and then that becomes the thing that we were trying to get away from, and then we come back here.
I understand.
It's a cycle forever. I'm rambling, and my producers again giving me looks from the
I completely understand.
I have to address another facet of your personality, which is music.
Yes.
And I hear you're a DJ, you're a beatboxer, you also host open mics.
Yes.
So do you sing as well? You play any instruments?
No, I don't sing. The thing is that when I was a kid in Sri Lanka, that time they had theater as a subject. So I was a part of a singing group there.
Okay.
Right, theater and everything. But obviously, when you grow up and when they want you to be a certain character, that comes. So and from then on, I didn't train music in that side. But yes,
so you're a DJ
love music.
as well.
Yes, I am a DJ. I started by DJing techno and psytrance. I started by producing psytrance. I have released a couple of my own tracks.
Nice.
And then
What's the BPM at?
The BPM is at 142. Progressive.
Okay.
So
goes up to?
Sorry?
Goes up to?
It goes at only 142 BPM.
Oh.
Yes. I like doing progressive, and this track's name is Goblin's Den. So Goblin's Den, the basic ideology behind the track is a compilation of all the horror movies that I have watched in my childhood, but to the point where it is funny, and where it has this kind of a funky groove. So that's what Goblin's Den is all about, because I believe in making friends with the demons. So like that.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Is it shit, I forgot. Yeah, so when you have your DJ thing going on, is there a DJ name that you have?
Yes.
Like Prince Ashura?
Yes, my DJ personality alter ego is Astatine, Astatine.
Astatine. Illa, in the name ரொம்ப familiar இருக்கு bro. What do you call it? It was Goblin's Den. Where have I heard this? Oh shit. Okay, no. I remember where I heard it. I can't mention it on camera. Okay.
No, you should not.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool, never mind. But yeah, so there's also other facets to your musical side, man. There's beatboxing. There's like I heard you mention you host open mics as well. So take me through that. Like, how is it different through when you do DJ inside a club where you are talk to me about the psychology of that. Okay. When you're standing at that DJ table and that your fingers are what control the energy of this entire room.
Yes.
You can make them move a certain way if you want to.
Yes.
Explain that DJ ego to me.
Okay. So generally, I love sharing energy, and I understand myself to be an empath, where I am very emotionally connected to myself. At least I practice being that. It's not very... I can easily say I'm emotionally connected to myself, but I practice it. I practice it on a regular basis. So that when that practice comes, I'm able to switch between a range where I can give out completely and give out to myself. So the DJ deck is going to be also a kind of a very spiritual journey for me. When I started out psytrance, listening to psytrance at a very young age. So because of that, I was able to catch on to what kind of energies it gives. So whenever I DJ psychedelic trance, or whenever I DJ, techno or house, I make sure I write a story with the music.
Okay.
So I have my own way of curating a story. thereby curating an experience.
Okay.
And my objective is to basically, so whenever I DJ Psytrance, so this is how I see it. Have you seen these schools where the one person reads a storybook to the children and the children are all excited? Story readers.
Yeah.
That's how it is to me for DJing.
Okay. Interesting.
Love doing that. I love doing that. And when it comes to open mics, I believe the fact that, a lot of things from school is something that should be carried forward, like school culturals, to, embrace the creativity of children, embrace the creativity of humans in general, and celebrating the fact that they are able to break that barriers and, come out forward to express themselves. So open mics to me are basically people who just want to come and express their skill in a responsible manner. So for them to do that, I try, giving them that space so that I'm also able to connect it with my education and with my spiritual self. So that I get to study people more, people's minds more, experience more of the human vessel and whatever it has to provide.
No, you remind me a lot of my friend. I know I when I was telling this to myself, I'm like, if you say it, he's gonna get pissed off because he does not like being put in a box. But then in my own box of my head, you remind me of a lot of my friend.
Please.
His name is Vignesh. I don't know if you've met him. But similar vibes. Illa bro, Vignesh Varka. It's like a combo of your name and his physique.
Okay.
He's also known for his beard and his konde. And he's also very much a person who you can sit and talk to for hours. And your vibe, your voice, your entire aura is very similar to his as well.
I understand.
He's a little more annoying though, but that's only because I'm close to him.
Yeah,
so
close
that's
to
why
him. Yes. And
becomes
I'll also
that way.
get annoying if I this.
That's why.
So, okay.
It's-
Subtly you call me annoying. Thanks. But okay.
Bro, I'm also very annoying to my friends.
All of us are. All of us are.
Of
Please,
course.
please.
கொஞ்சம் ஓவரா பேசினாலே அதுதான் tag கொடுத்துருவாங்க. There's no doubt in that.
True.
But since you had mentioned so much about you sitting with your demons and that your name is Prince Asura, let's dive into that some more. Let's make this a little bit of a spooky episode of TIGPods.
TIGPods.
Ayo, it sounds so cringe when I say it. God damn.
Alright,
Let's just hear ghost stories, bro. That's all. Since you've been dabbling in this space, have you tried a Ouija board? Have you done any of that stuff?
Okay. For me, I do believe in spirituality as much as I believe in science, as much as I believe in magic. I believe in everything. My motto is be everything. So when we talk so much about life beyond Earth, we talk so much about extraterrestrials, we talk so much about the myth, we talk so much about God and culture and everything. But when it comes to supernatural, people are like, ghosts, what? See,
Yeah, I get it. If God exists, the devil has to exist as well.
Yeah.
It's only
So
makes
people
sense.
just, the thing is that I do believe in atheist thinking, but also at the same time, I do believe in shifting into being agnostic. Okay, so it is basically believing the fact that some kind of a judgment exists. That's it. End of story. So through my experience in this so-called, human vessel, the spiritual plane and everything, I do have a share of experiences that hold this kind of negative, positive energy sorts. So, which is one of these things that I would like to share, if you don't mind. So, making it a little creepy. So,
Please, go for it.
so what happened was, I had a helper named Selvi Akka. So she and I are really, really good friends. So the kind of friends that I would buy beer for her. So that kind of a friend, all right. And she's always in this place where she comes home, she does her job, and if I want to eat with her, I eat with her, and stuff like that. So because most of the time I'm by myself. So when initially, when I got to know her, I also understood the fact that she was surrounded by a lot of negative, unreleased energy, especially with the fact that, she was going through a lot in her family. She was going through a lot with her children as well. And that kind of pressure was always felt around her. And that started to transfer in the things that she is giving me, at least at that time. Initially, at least, when she had went through the transition phase of, clearing her mind and everything, all those things relaxed. But this one experience stood out so much. So one day what had happened was, in my house, I used to have 3 cats. All right. Not 3, 2 cats, Chutney and Cheetos. All right. So what happened was when Sylvia came, she said that, she had an umbrella that she wanted to keep and she will take it when she leaves the building, leaves the apartment. So it's like, why not keep it here? It's all right. Let's be there for some time. The cat started to mew a lot. And that just generally does not happen. I know that they sometimes be very bratty, they are very dramatic, they are very human in sometimes, they communicate and everything. But they started to, they were very agitated throughout that day. They were very agitated and, they kept mewing, they kept standing near the bedroom door, they kept mewing. All of these things were there. And I also was feeling some kind of pressure because I connected with, psychology with the cats because they were mewing so much. And I had so much to do. So maybe I was just being pressured because of that. So I was like, okay, instinctively what I did was I just took and kept the umbrella outside because I knew that she would come in the evening and take it go. I didn't notice it at that time because once I pieced things together only I was able to notice it. So I kept the umbrella outside. She came and took it and left. 2 days after that, what happened was she said that there was one mattress. Okay, a mattress that she wanted to take home. And she was not able to keep it in the ground floor. So let it be here till she was able to, bring up transport to take that mattress back to her place. So I volunteered to help. When I brought the mattress indoors, both my cats just ran in different corners. They were not in the hall. They ran in different corners and they didn't come out. So I kept the mattress in the hall and I was like, okay, fine. Let's bring the cats out. When I tried bringing them out, they clawed me. They literally clawed my hands and went back to their place. I was like, okay, fine. Maybe they are just agitated with the fact that there's something new in the house. I took the mattress and I put it inside the storage room. The same thing happened. This time I started to take notice. The same thing happened. All these cats were, agitated and mewling and howling and everything. But they always used to come and sit next to me. Okay. So what happened was when I took the mattress and locked it indoors and then I went back to bed. I went to bed at around let's say 11:30, 12ish, like 1 o'clock max. All of the windows were shut. All of the, and we had mosquito mesh as well. But I was riddled with mosquito bites. I was in this half asleep, half awake state. I was riddled with mosquito bites. I was scratching myself all over. And the cats were mewling so loudly in front of the door. I mean, I don't know the intensity of this, but a light just turned off. So what happened was all of this mewing was happening. I woke up. I was like, okay, come in. They came in. For 20 minutes, again they were standing near the door and mewing. I thought they wanted to sleep in the room. I was being bitten by mosquitoes. The cats were mewing, everything. And, again I let them out. This time I was almost in the sleep paralysis state. I was being riddled with the same level of mosquito bites. It didn't reduce. I was super annoyed. I was super pissed.
Did you find mosquitoes in the room though?
No, that is the thing. I was riddled with all of this. I tried finding, but I was in this again, that partial consciousness state, right? Semi-conscious. And then when I woke up, I literally saw somebody standing in one kind of a figurine in front of me. I knew that it is not, human or anything of sort, but you get that feeling that someone is watching you right at that time. So I felt somebody there. And that thought was so sure. And I'm a person who can differentiate between, what is scientific, what is real and things like that. But that moment was something I knew that I would not be able to explain. I woke up with a shock. The cats were screaming. Okay. I went out. Again, something came to my head that, I need to keep that mattress out. I went to the storeroom, pulled the mattress out, and I put it in the ground floor. I came back home. I locked the bedroom door. I slept for 5 hours peacefully without any mosquito bites, and the cat slept with me.
And the epilogue of this story, did Akka come get it?
That is the thing. She came and got the mattress and everything. Okay, but in the epilogue of this story is there will always be points of life that will humble your beliefs, that will question your belief system, and you need to be open to these experiences.
I meant more like, is Akka okay now?
Oh no, she's okay. She's nice and fine. We are still in touch and everything of such. But that after that, she took the mattress and I asked her. I kept following up with her. I'm asking her like if everything is okay. Everything is okay. She was telling her regular problems. She was telling the things that she was facing and everything. But also at the same time, one fine day she told that she gave the mattress away. Okay, she gave the mattress away. She like put it on sale or something. She just wanted to get a couple of bucks. She gave the mattress away. From that point on, it just seemed like the intensity of her problems did reduce. Okay, we can maybe correlate it. Maybe maybe it is because of that. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe there's a scientific explanation to it. But everything ends up in a maybe. I was like, okay, as long as you're safe,
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's too many stories.
I can guess that right now you will have an entire bunch of stories like this
Yeah,
surrounding
yes,
you.
definitely.
Do you stay alone?
Yeah, stay by myself. Yes.
All the more reason you'll have a lot more of these stories then, without a doubt.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I do totally understand what you're saying. I don't not believe a word of all of that. I've heard a lot of similar stories from a plethora of people, ranging from I think I can put this on a scale of 1 to 10. This would be in like a 4 to 5.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff that I've heard to I don't believe that I believe anything anymore. I don't know shit. That's
I
all.
understand.
So yeah, anything can happen, of course, and I believe everything happens for a reason too. So I think even that mattress entering your house and leaving and thing had to happen for a reason.
Yes.
You telling this to me right now on this show also is happening for a reason. That light going off is for a reason.
For a reason.
One thing I discovered is if we try getting into the loop of let's find out the reasons, then that's when you start losing your shit.
Yes.
And I'm
true.
like, yo, you.
That is where you need to practice being present. You heard the story, that's it.
Yeah, that's why ignorance is a gift. Sometimes just accept whatever you're getting and move the fuck on.
Yes,
When you
definitely.
truly need to be sitting and analyzing, God will give you that moment and you will get over it and you'll go ahead.
Mostly more.
But it's nice though to hear all this stuff. Anyway, I think we have to wind up this episode right now.
Yes,
But
definitely.
it was super interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's always interesting to meet characters like you in life who live truly in the moment, and you do embrace art in its fullest form, and you chase whichever thing that you find is worthy of your time and your energy at that time.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing and
Thank you for
being
asking
here.
all these questions and taking the time and having me on this podcast, because the thing is that you can listen, but also at the same time you have to be inquisitive enough to listen, right? So that inquisitivity is something that it's very prevalent in you, and thank you so much for that.
Oh, thanks, bro. I got a nice character.
Yeah.
update. Nice. Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, thanks.
Please.
So anyhow, that was this entire overloaded session, guys. If y'all found any part of this that y'all found super interesting, or you have any friends that you think should check this out, please do tag them or send this link out to them. And if you are unaware of all these existent art forms, I would urge you to go and actually find out and do some soul searching and digging. Because trust me when I say this, I understand also sometimes when you guys are coming saying, hey Macha, I can't live like this and all. Okay, I have a 9 to 5 job. My manager will be on my ass and my mom will be like, where's the EMI for this month? So I get it. That has to be found too. But it's a very simple thing. I was explaining to a friend yesterday that we have 24 hours in a day. There's the holy 8 மணி நேரம் தூங்கணும், 8 மணி நேரம் வேலை பார்ப்போம். ஆனால் 8 மணி நேரம் இருக்கு in the other balance of your day, which you can use to explore. So in that 8 hours per day, I would urge you maybe just once or twice a week, go and take part in these kind of art forms, like right from Krumping to animal flow to the caging that he explained. There's so much happening in Chennai, but it's up to us to go out there and explore. Let's not just go to Satyam and sit off in one movie theater and watch the same stuff. It's only when we open up our minds and perspectives that we start to explore various other parts of our own selves. And it's not me saying this because of I'm some pulite. I've heard this from so many other people also telling me because they've just given it one shot. So yeah, anyhow, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for giving your time as well. And we will be signing out. See you. How do you want to sign out as, bro? As Prince Asura or as Asinine or as you? Is it?
I'll sign out as the human being that I am.
Super. Nice. You heard it right from there. Cool, guys. Peace out.